So this has happened. I have been in and out of court with a complex called Blue Harmony. I've been talking to you all kind of vaguely about it. I was at work today and I got a phone call from my daughter telling me that the marshals were here. And even though I filed a writ to stop the eviction from happening, I filed an appeal, got the documents notarized. I still was told by the tenant that was just here that still wasn't in the system. That's not the finalization of the documents. So myself and my 6 children have been put out, not because we won't pay, but because I said I will not pay more than what we're supposed to pay. Because I asked for the home to be decent and in order, not to have a rodent infestation, to ask for your toilet to be working, to ask for your stove to work. It seems to be too much. To ask for there to be no gnats infested seems to be too much. I've done my part. I have the paperwork to prove that I paid this lady, and then when she filed false documents, we began to be in this spiral of owing her more and more because she refused my rental payments. This is what they do.
She refused the rental payments.
This is it. Working families. I'm a mother of 9. I have 6 children in the home. And this is what they
A
did.
mother of 9?
Pretty great. Pretty great.
See, here's the thing. Because it sounds like within her story, she's conflicting timelines. Because it would have to be that way because just things aren't making sense just as they stand. And I can explain that. First, if you guys could like the video, though, I'd appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually does help out tremendously. So if you could do that, it makes a big impact. But one, let's just start with the fact that she mentioned that she appealed. So she was hoping to buy more time with the appeal. And what we've learned recently is that the appeal process can actually take a lot longer than the initial court date to begin with. But it looks like either she didn't file it correctly or it didn't go through, whatever the case. But if you appealed, then that means that with all the evidence brought up, you ultimately lost the case. And they said you were in the wrong, and so you're getting evicted. Then she started just bringing up that she's been paying the rent, but she was also bringing up details of kind of alluding to the fact that she shouldn't have to pay it with the gnats and the rats and the rodents and the stove not working. But here's the main thing that kind of ticked things off to me, to where I said, okay, she may not be telling the story chronologically the way it's supposed to be told, because she said, oh, I paid them, but then she said they weren't accepting her payments. When they filed the eviction, they can no longer accept your payments, because if they accept a dime from you, then that nullifies the eviction and they'd have to start all over again from the beginning. So it sounds like what happens generally when we review these things, which is once the people go ahead and put them consequences on them and basically go ahead and file something and they know something's coming down, then all of a sudden people are ready to do what they should have been doing from the beginning. And to me, that's what it appears was happening in this case. And so she's conflating, possibly what it seems like to me, she's conflating the fact that she was trying to pay after the fact, after they started the eviction, with like that she was paying. Is what it sounds like, because it's just all over the place. And there's gaps, which can usually indicate that you're not giving the full picture, or you may be taking out aspects of the story that will paint you in a bad light.
Honestly, y'all, your girl was supposed to be out by yesterday. I got this letter, I think, like either Tuesday or Wednesday, but y'all, I kept putting it off, kept putting it off. I was doing little things, but I didn't just go ahead and pack up the whole house because packing is a hassle, and especially when you're doing it all by yourself. So I said what I was gonna do. I'ma go ahead and do everything over this weekend, and I'll officially be out by Sunday afternoon. Hopefully I'll be well done before then because I'm gonna get up early in the morning and we gonna go ahead and knock this out. Right now where we're at, y'all, I done just about got everything packed up. Now we just gotta get the truck and get everything packed up. But the only thing is we're doing it all by myself. And you know I got a baby boy, but y'all know how that is. So I ain't gonna lie, it's been super stressful. Your girl is making it do what it do, because y'all know at the end of the day, this what I'm gonna do, make it do what it do. If y'all remember, when I left my last apartment, y'all, I cleared the apartment out. Like, it was clear. But this time, honey, since I'm being evicted, I am not clearing this apartment completely out. You know, I'm gonna get the things I want to take, but I'm leaving a lot of stuff. So that's definitely not on my mind. And I ain't worried about no deposit and all that, baby. They can keep it. I'm just honestly ready to go and get this over with. If y'all wondering how your girl doing, y'all, I am stressed out, highly stressed out, barely functioning, can barely think, but we getting it done. And hopefully it will be done by this Sunday, y'all. Honey, life do be lifing. But y'all know one thing about your girl, I ain't gonna let it whoop on me. I'm gonna get up and fight. Now we completely got the kitchen packed up. My room is done. The bathroom is packed up. Baby boy room is in the works. And this is what we're currently looking like right now. Honestly, y'all, your girl was supposed to be out.
She's going to get out and fight, and it says evicted and it has to be out by Monday. So, and even the title of this video says evicted, but making it happen. I say all these things to say that she seems very optimistic. And like she said, she's going to get up and fight. And it seems like she's prepared to have the good fight. I'm not going to lie. And I've seen this a lot, right? Especially coming up and just through interactions. And I'm going to just say this, it's actually a compliment. But I really just feel like things could be a lot easier. There's a better way. But I'm still going to give a compliment. And the compliment is that a lot of the ladies, especially from my community, they are pretty good at navigating chaos, like unexpected things, chaotic circumstances, volatile situations. They are very good at navigating chaos. Like, it does not break them. And it would honestly break some men, especially some men that I've come across. But it does not break them. And I think that's where we've got this glorification of like strong and single and all this type of stuff, right? But I say this to say that there's a better way, because a lot of times when you actually unpack the logistics of their living situation and the things that they do, and you peel back the layers, it doesn't make no dang sense. You start seeing, you was in Tulum, Mexico, I think that's the same place. You was in Turks and Caicos, all these places. You got a brand new car. You got this, that, and the third. You having all these kids, and then you start to say, like, dang, like you're actually strong, but at the same time, you do certain things that don't make sense because you just feel like you have to be either keeping up with the Joneses or living a certain lifestyle, or just getting sold something and buying into consumerism so heavily. And so, because it's amazing sometimes when I come across dudes that are making significantly less than female counterparts, and the dudes have their things in order. And keep in mind too, like, women don't even have to spend on dating or things like that. It's guys still, if they want to date or whatever, they still even have to have a budget set aside to actually treat another person while they're making less. And it seems like guys still manage to keep their affairs in order as opposed to this, because ultimately what I see is that a lot of the ladies aren't saving for a rainy day. And when you don't save for a rainy day, all you got to do is set your clock, because something's going to come up. Something is going to pop up. And if you weren't saving, then you're not going to be prepared. And when it hits you hard, that can start to spiral. And it can be very hard to come back from that.
So, can y'all tell me if this makes sense? My landlord raised my rent last month, January. I could barely afford the rent to begin with. How is he already talking about raising the rent for March? Like, is that shit legal? Like, can he do that? Can you raise the rent so soon after raising it? Because he's telling me his mortgage went up. And so he has to raise the rent. Otherwise, he's going to end up losing money. And I'm thinking, how is that my problem? How is that my fault? Everything is going up for everyone. But you can't just go ahead and raise the rent 2 months after you've already raised it. I am so sick and tired of this. Like, this shit can't be legal. Like, how is this legal? Like,
I mean, the obvious question is like, was there a contract in place? Is there a certain designated lease term in place? And then I would think he would be held to that lease term for the rent to be locked in. What it sounds like is that this is a private landlord, and maybe he didn't have her sign a lease. Maybe he's just been letting her stay there, and they just have a verbal agreement. And if that's the case, then it's going to be difficult. And that's kind of what you sign up for if you don't sign up for something.
It was not attack on believers, faith, or God. It's basically just about the structure of the church. So I'm a member of Lakewood Church. Well, was because after this video, I will no longer be going.
Oh, y'all, just to give a little context about this. So basically, it looks like this dude is getting evicted, and it looks like he possibly might have reached out to his church to try to get some support. So I don't want you to think this is about church or something. It's still about evictions.
But I've been a volunteer for years. Not recently, because after like COVID and stuff, some things kind of changed. I was trying to get back, but I've been a member at Lakewood for about 10 to 12 years, and I've been a volunteer for about 6 to 7 of those years. From being a cameraman, from doing handheld camera to doing the TV cameras, even a grip. I've also, was an actor, part of the drama team. We, performed for children of like all ages for the kids' life. We also perform for adults for the marriage ministry, financial ministry, things like that. I've dedicated a lot of time and days, twice on Sunday for both services on Sunday, Monday night Bible study, Wednesday nights, Thursday night Spanish service. Even though I don't speak Spanish, hopefully that'll change one day. But I used to be a cameraman on Spanish service some days. Also Saturday nights when they did have Saturday nights. So I dedicated a lot of time. I was never paid. Now, I never asked for compensation or anything. Now, I did ask on how to get on payroll because I thought it was crazy that there were other like cameramen and people doing the same thing I was doing, but they got paid and I didn't. But I was just volunteering because I didn't know how to get on pay.
Well, stop saying you're volunteering. Then you don't get the perks of virtue signaling that you're a volunteer if that really ain't what you're doing. Because it sounds like you still feel entitled to something. Maybe once a circumstance happens in your life, as if you're owed something. But if you volunteer, then you're not owed anything. It's just that simple.
Payroll. But regardless, if I never got paid and stuff, I was just doing it, because my mom always told me, you're doing it for the kingdom and stuff. So I've be some volunteer like a lot. I've been to four different churches, and every last church I've been to, I always volunteered. But last year was extremely difficult for me. I had a rough 2025. I had to leave. I had to go on medical leave at my job around April last year, and I ended up leaving the company for a whole legal situation that I can't necessarily speak on right now because I have a whole thing going on right now against them. So I'll share that story later. But right now, I am facing eviction. I have a pregnant wife that has high risk pregnancy, and I also care for a child. So I reached out to Lakewood, and I called them, and I, told them about my situation, told them that I was a member, and I also told them that I've been a volunteer. And so they told me they would send it to, I don't know if it's the, I don't remember the word, benevolence or something like the department. And so they told me, oh, yes, we're going to send this information all over. And then if they're able to help you, they'll reach out to you. Then they're like, oh, we're connected to other organizations and stuff like that. So I just took it as, you know what, I'm going to call another day. The next day, I went up to the church. Went up to the church because I remember the church used to have pastoral care and stuff, but I forgot they took that away because they used to have, like free counseling. And it wasn't just by you just go speak to some random person. Like these people actually have degrees in counseling. I went up there, everything is shut. Like you can't even get inside the church because security's there. A lot of things have definitely changed. So I told security my situation, and so they gave me a paper with a list of shelters on there, and I'm just confused. I'm like, I'm coming to y'all. Why y'all giving me a paper
Oh my
with
goodness.
names of shelters and stuff like that? That's wild. I left there and called them again, and then they tell me, oh, everything is under review right now because I even told them how much I needed at the time for my rent.
The only thing I'm worried about, because the only thing I'm curious about is he said they gave him, he said they gave him a paper with a list of shelters. It's not funny based off his situation, but that's cold. And they have security, so it sounds like this is a mega church. So what I'm curious about, I want to know what the pastor drives. That's really just what I'm curious about. I hope he discloses that because they got security. They done. That is wild.
Because I've been getting like late fees and everything. And so they said it was under review. I'm not putting anybody on blast as far as on these phone calls or anything, but I'm just showing you how it goes.
Please press 1. If you need customer service, ministry information, or help with an existing order, please press 2.
Hi, this is Joel. Victoria and I want to thank you for taking the time to call. Please stay on the line. One of our ministry assistants is waiting to help you.
Thank you for calling Lakewood Church. My name is Latae. May I help you with today's special offer of the new 2026 Today's Word Devotional Calendar in appreciation for your donation to the ministry today.
No, ma'am. Can I get transferred? I think to customer service.
Okay, how can I assist you?
I've been called.
Is this the church or is this an insurance company? I did not know things was like this. Really? The first thing they do the second you get connected to somebody is they try to upsell you something. That's crazy.
Calling all week, just
Maybe something.
checking.
Yes,
I've been
sir.
calling all week to check on the status of rental assistance. And so I was just trying to see if a decision has been made.
Okay, well, thank you for calling on that matter. And yes, sir, let me see if someone in our customer service is available to assist you with your inquiry. And our customer service team is available to assist you. However, please note that you may experience longer hold times due to the high call volume. Would you like me to transfer you now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you for calling Lakewood Church, and please hold for your transfer and have a blessed day.
Yes, ma'am. You too.
Yes, sir.
At least it wasn't some dude from India that answered the phone. Hello? That would have been crazy.
Thank you for calling Lakewood Church Joel Osteen Ministries. My name is Judy. How can I help you?
Hi, Miss Judy. I've been calling all week. I've been trying to get some rental assistance because I'm on the verge of being evicted, and I've been trying to.
Mm-hmm.
I guess my file has been under review, and I've been trying to
Mm-hmm.
check the status of it. And I forgot who I talked to earlier this week, but I told them I was a member, but also I've volunteered for years as a cameraman and even on the drama team. So I was just trying to see if my name could be pulled up closer, or if I could
Okay.
just get an answer on it.
Okay. And your name?
Uh, Last name,
Okay, Mr. Just give me a moment. I'll check on your request.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. I brought up your request. I see that I submitted it on January the 5th, but we have not gotten a response on your request.
Is there a way?
They got a whole CRM in that church. They're able to pull up your file. They're able to see the history, past calls. They're using Salesforce.
That you could I just need to
Mm-hmm.
know, like, just if it feels like a yes or a no, that I could get help and stuff, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting late fees and stuff. So I just need to try to find out as like soon as possible.
Yes, I understand, Mr. As I mentioned before, when I submitted your request, because the requests are very high right now, it is only if they can help you that they would reach out to you. Our
That's
requests have
crazy.
gone up significantly, and I can imagine because of our economy, there's a lot of people that are in need. I remember when I submitted your request, I did mention everything, all the details that you gave me, as in that you used to be a volunteer and your membership with the church for a few years.
So how are we like prioritizing this? That's what I want to know. This sounds like a script. This sounds like they're probably telling everybody the same story of just the volume has gone up because of the economy. That sounds like just a like some stuff when companies do layoffs and they just come up with something. The economy, inflation, COVID, whatever, right? As well as how do they even prioritize who gets help? This dude just said he's got a kid and he has a wife that's pregnant, high risk. Who's got a worse story than that? I mean, he's got to be in the upper mid tier at least on that priority list. To just say we'll call you back if we can help, just go ahead and put him out of his misery and just tell him no, so he can go ahead and start trying to figure something else out. Because keeping him on the string like this, I feel like that's even more cruel than just not helping.
Years already. So I did mention that. So if they're able to help you out, they will reach out to you. Now, as you know, Lakewood Church also partners with other organizations in Houston, community services all around Houston that might be able to help you out. We do have a list of those phone numbers online also. So while you're waiting to see if you do get a response from us, you can also maybe potentially be able to connect with another organization.
Is there a way that um Lakewood can reach out to them on my behalf? Because it's been frustrating just trying to because some applications have been closed from certain places or so, and I just need like I'm my time is like really like running out. At least if I could know, like, hey, they're going to try to help or they can't help me right now, at least I would know.
Mm-hmm.
But just being
Mm-hmm.
under review
Mm-hmm.
and not knowing this stuff is really stressful. And that's all
Yes, I
I.
understand that. Yes, yes, yes. So let me go ahead and reach out to them again. I'll let them know that you called in again.
and maybe if they're going to be able to help you or not, they will reach out to you, Mr.
Okay, because my rent has been due. I'm way past the due date. Uh,
Mhm.
okay. Well, thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Now, this video is not attack on.
This is crazy. The only other thing I could think of, he probably should have just had his wife call. I mean, maybe it's just the fact that he's a man trying to get the help that why it's like this. But ultimately, I mean, they can't do nothing. Nothing. I get it if you say, yeah, we can't like cover your whole past rent payments or whatever the case, but can't give them $50. Nothing. All that money they got. Listen, we're gonna leave it there. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second and actually does help out tremendously. Also, if you could hype the video, hype is a new feature that helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. And then also Patreon's link below if you want to see self-improvement content. But until then, I'll catch you in the next video.